Good morning. This is Hired Done. My name's Adam Helfman. I'll tell you what a great morning so far. It's a pizza kind of morning. In studio, Ray Peralta, Pablo Fox, All Brick Design, allbrick.com. Shout out to Heather who's listening. Welcome back, Ray.
It's good to be here.
Pablo, welcome back.
Good to be here.
So allbrick.com, there are our pro spotlight this morning talking about brick pavers, masonry. Let's talk about the difference. Ray, when you go to a house, what would be a sample of a masonry issue?
Chimney repair.
Big time, right? Everybody who's got a house that has a brick chimney for the last 50 years, the wind, the weather, the snow, it chips away at it every year. So what do you when you go to a house and they say, oh, my chimney's wrong, or something's wrong with the chimney, what are you looking for?
Spalled bricks, cracks in the crown. We're going to ask questions, is the chimney leaking? Is there any water in the house? Where are you seeing it? The chimneys, it's tougher too because there's wants and needs. The brick pavers is a big want. And then if someone has a leaking chimney, it's more of a need. So you're never going to invite your family and friends over to come check out your beautiful new chimney, but
it's actually true.
It's very important to keep everything tight so you're not getting any water in the house.
We're talking with All Brick Design, the website allbrick.com. And by the way, it's Shout Out Saturday, 248-539-9797. Text me if you're listening. We'll give you a shout out. Shout out to Great Lakes Electrical in Toledo, Ohio. What up, Toledo, Ohio? Although, Ohio State. Right? We all speak the same way. So Pablo Fox, he's another brick specialist. Pablo, if you went on 10 appointments next week, how many are brick pavers, hardscaping, and how many are brick chimneys?
It's a good mix.
50-50?
Yeah.
So we're talking about brick chimneys right now. Let's say the top, you said the crown.
Yep.
If you look at your chimney today, the crown is the top piece. It's sometimes metal and sometimes mostly concrete. Yeah. And so it's almost, when you say crown, it's almost like concave.
Yep.
And so when that cracks, water gets between it.
Yep.
In the wintertime, water gets between it because let's say you have your fireplace on, water gets between it, and the fireplace is warm.
Yep.
And then you turn the fireplace off, and then it freezes. When water freezes, what happens? It expands.
Yep, it's going to expand and contrast, and that brick can only do that so many times, and the face is going to pop right off.
So when you see that, do you guys get up on the roof now, or do you just use your phone and you do a Zoom?
No, we have drones. So it's faster, it's efficient.
Our
homeowners love it. Yeah, I don't think we're fancy.
Safer, keeps costs down for the homeowner.
Smart. I agree. That's okay. Drones, that's the future.
Yes, it is.
It's funny. You guys partnered with Roof Resource to do roof referrals.
Yep.
Because you get up there and you see a chimney all messed up, and you see a bad roof. Yep. First or second, roof goes first or the chimney goes first?
Chimney should always go first.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. By the way, Davisburg Inspection Group listening and working. What up, Davisburg Inspection? I wonder if you guys, hey, Davisburg Inspection, get a hold of me. We need an inspector to go up that way. We have great inspectors, by the way, but we're looking for one more. Maybe you guys can work with us. So now, Ray, you guys have, Pablo, you got a drone that's going up there. You take a picture of it, or a little live stream, or a little video. You take it back down. Do you go into the house and say, Mrs. Jones, here's your chimney?
Absolutely.
So they can see.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say the crown is a little bit cracked. Then you go down. The crown sits on what, limestone?
Yes, when we install it, we're putting a limestone sill up there.
Okay, and then below the limestone is mortar, brick, like that.
Correct. Yep.
Okay, so if you have 12 inches of shaled brick, now shale brick, tell the audience in like 6th grade English what shelled brick is.
So spalled brick. Yeah, spalled brick is when water ends up penetrating the brick in that freeze thaw, you see the faces of that brick pop off. So when the original finish isn't on the brick and you see it kind of
at the base of your chimney,
Pieces of your brick will be on the ground on the roof.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's the thing. So the brick pops, the edges pop, and that's no good because then all of a sudden, eventually, water gets through down the chimney, sometimes down the roof, and you see water dripping.
Yep.
No one wants that. It's a pain in. So now you got 12 inches of spalling, shelling brick. Do you guys go down it farther than 12 to make sure? You should, right?
We actually ran into this the other day
Yep.
where a homeowner unfortunately had a contractor come out. They didn't come out too far, and the top of their chimney is great, but that water was still in there. So now below that repair she had done is damaged, and the only way to repair that is to go from there up. So that's why we always go a couple.
That's smart. Couple courses below.
Yeah, at least 2 below it. Make sure
Okay.
everything's bonded together.
So back in the day, when I was a contractor and we would have a chimney that needed to be redone, if we had to go 3 feet down, we added a foot. You know what I'm saying? 25% more.
Yep.
It makes sense. Do it right. Don't mess around. Now, for everyone out there, if you get your chimney rebuilt, tell me, Ray, if I'm telling the right advice here, and you can correct me. The mortar, when you put mortar on a new chimney, it never matches what's below until a few years later when it starts to fade. Yes?
To an extent. So the skill of the mason will get the mortar as close as they possibly can. No, we're never going to be able to match 50, 60, 70-year-old mortar, but over time it will weather and you shouldn't be able to tell the difference.
Okay. And so that's important. Now, let's say you're rebuilding a chimney. I tell homeowners to ask contractors, and I'm going to ask you right now, pretend I'm the homeowner. Pablo, I like the price. I'm very happy with All Bricks, history. How long is the job going to take?
It's great you asked that. This team is very efficient. One of the most efficient I've ever seen, and this is depending on the job. They're in and out, and everything looks great.
Okay, so Adam says get it in writing, or Adam says ask how long it should take. So you guys start the job in a week, let's just say.
Yep.
Is it a week-long job, 5-day job, 3-day job?
It just depends on how many bricks they're doing,
Let's
how
say you're
the
going 2
setup
feet.
is.
2
If
feet.
it's just a few courses, my
3
guys
days,
are going to
2
be
days?
in and out of there in probably 4 hours.
Oh, so a day.
They're laying almost 1,000 bricks in a day.
Well, those are some pros.
Oh, they're the best
All
around.
right, I like that. We're going to take a quick break. We've got allbrick.com, Ray Peralta and Pablo Fox in studio answering great questions. But next segment, the questions they don't want you to ask. My name's Adam Helfman. This is the Hire It Done Radio Network. Welcome back. This is Adam Helfman, hireitdone.com. We've got allbrick.com in studio. Ray Peralta and Pablo Fox. Welcome back, fellas.
What's going on?
Well, we're talking brick paving. We're talking chimneys. So you go to a house, you meet the homeowner. What are some of the things you want a homeowner to be prepared for or to be ready to know when you come out there? Because you're giving a free estimate, right?
Yep.
You're spending your time. If a homeowner wants a brick paver porch like we talked about earlier, I don't have a good design eye. You're the designers. Show me something cool. Can you do that?
Absolutely.
So what does a homeowner need when they what do you want them to be prepared for when you go out there?
It's good you talked about the design. So one of the biggest things that we run into, we don't have both homeowners available. So it's very tough for us to do our job pricing it and getting the ideas from both if there's two people that are going to have input in this project and only one of them are home. So having both homeowners home is one of our biggest things for us right now.
It's a key.
Yep.
So it's
on top of that, I mean, sure, you don't know what this costs, right? That's what we're there for. But at the same time, you have an idea of how much you're looking to invest.
Deep in the back of my head, right? I kind of have a number, right?
We try to be very transparent, and the more they share with us, the more we can show them to try to stay within, their allotted.
Sense. So let's go back to brick pavers now. You guys are Fent contractors?
Married to Fent. Yep.
Okay, so Fent, for everyone out there who's listening, is a Detroit, Michigan company. We love Michigan, right? Support local. And Fent's I've known it forever. Brick pavers last forever, right?
Ideally.
Yeah, if they're done
lifetime
properly
warranty.
maintained. Okay, so let's go with brick paving. Homeowner's like, well, Adam Helfman says you got to have 8 inches. Is that true?
That's true.
Okay. Sidewalk.
Yep.
All right. You got a sidewalk going on. You got walk me through the depth.
We're gonna excavate 8 inches. 4 to 6 inches of that is going to be your 21 AA crushed stone. That's going to be your compacting material, the strong base.
Crushed stone is different than crushed limestone?
Well, crushed limestone.
Okay. So yeah, and that's the same.
It's jagged edge. It compacts better.
Yeah.
So you ever try to hold 2 marbles together? Same idea. It doesn't work.
Okay, gotcha. So you got to have the angles.
Yeah.
What do you compact it with?
A tamper. Every 2 inches. Yep. Make sure it's tight.
Okay, so now you go every 2 inches. So if you have 6 inches, you're tamping 3 times.
3 times. Yeah.
Okay, so after you got the 6 inches, what do you got next?
Small layer of a 2NS, which is this very clean screeding sand so they can pitch the pavers.
So the 2NS is what the pavers sit on.
Correct.
And that's compacted, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And that allows you to do a little bit of a pitch.
Yep.
So you want it to pitch away from the house, things like that.
Yep.
Okay. And then after the 2NS, you got 4 inches of crushed limestone or 21 AA stone, and then you got 2 inches of compacted, clean,
2NS.
filtered sand. Then does the brick paver go on top?
Yes, sir.
How thick is a brick paver?
2 3/8.
Okay. And there are a lot of colors?
All kinds.
Almost any color you can imagine.
Okay. So if that's the case, I like that. What about like designs? Like I want to do a brick paver walkway, but I really need... Like I like the one color down the center, but on the right side and left side, I want to do like a
border.
Yeah, can you do that?
Absolutely.
Okay, so now you got the border, you got it going on. Is it priced per square foot, per job, per lineal foot? How do you price that?
Oh, it just depends on. There's a few factors that go into that. What's my access like? How far do my guys have to take this material back and forth? What am I excavating? What
So the
material
actual
am I
access makes an
installing?
impact.
There's a lot that goes into it. So it's not okay. I got 200 square feet. It's this much per square foot.
Okay.
Every job's
For
different.
the job.
Yep.
Makes sense. So here's some of the advice I give homeowners. Okay. I tell homeowners, when you get a price from a contractor, allbrick.com, I tell them to get the price, ask the contractor to put everything in writing.
Mm-hmm.
Ask them to write it like a story. Beginning, middle, and end. The beginning is delivering materials or signing the contract. And then you got demo. Then you got process, installation. Then you got cleanup. And then you got warranty. Pretty much that's what it is. Is that pretty much like a story, beginning, middle, end?
That's it.
Okay,
That's
great.
it.
Then I tell the homeowner, once the contractor writes that out, give it back. Give him back the quote. Here you go, Mr. Contractor. According to Adam Helfman from Higher Done, he told me to put in writing everything not included. So I've had homeowners call me up and say, hey, Adam, I hired a contractor off of Craigslist. He tore everything out, put it at the end of my driveway, did the job. The work is fair, but then there's a big pile at the end of my driveway. And I said to him, hey, man, aren't you cleaning up? He goes, oh, that wasn't included. You look at your thing and you look at your proposal, nothing about clean up. See, it said clean up, but it didn't say haul away. So now the homeowner's like, well, I got to hire a dumpster. I got to hire a company to get rid of it. What's going on here, Houston? So if someone comes to you, Pablo or Ray, and they say, hey, give me everything not included. Is that smart? Were you guys okay with that?
Absolutely.
I don't like anything open-ended, so I'm going to point out all problems before I even tell you how much this is going to cost.
Good. You like that.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what homeowners need to know. What's included and what's not included. And that's the question that's important as a listener to my show to ask any contractor. Because look at them. I just asked Ray and Pablo of allbrick.com, and they didn't even flinch. They're like, yeah, great idea. We're all about it, right?
Yep.
Smart. So do you ever hear, let me ask you this. Do you ever hear this? You go to a homeowner's house, and they're like, oh, my God, thank God you got here. The other two guys didn't show.
All the time.
All the time.
We call, no one answers. Is that right?
Yep.
So that's an advantage for Allbrick, right?
We would hope so. Our
Well, you
customer service
show
is
up.
top notch.
I mean, look, you call the office from Allbrick, and in the phone number 833-23 Brick. Okay, you guys are in Clinton Township. You service all of Metro Detroit.
They call me the everywhere man.
You'll go anywhere.
Yeah.
You drive a lot.
Oh, yeah. Sun up to
Lots of
sun
miles,
down.
right?
We're putting gas in the truck every 2 days.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you're doing a lot.
Yeah.
And I agree. You're driving a lot. You need to make sure the homeowner. You ever show up to a job and the homeowner's not there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
man.
yeah.
Oh, sorry. Hey, it goes both ways, right?
Yeah.
But I would say homeowners are less than what we would call the contractors not showing up. You guys, by the way, if a hired done contractor doesn't show up, you just got to understand the homeowner calls me. Your contractor, didn't show up. I'm like, holy moly, Mrs. Jones, I'm really sorry. I'll check into it for you. And I make the call.
Mm-hmm.
And the contractor's like, yeah, we blew it. We missed it. No problem. Or they're like, hey, we called 3 times. And they didn't answer, so we didn't show up. Because we're not going to go out there driving every 2 days with gas, and then you're not there.
Mm-hmm.
So we try to confirm. That's important.
Yep.
Heather knows.
Heather's confirming appointments day before.
Right. Anyways, we have to take a break. Allbrick.com in studio. Let me keep you one more segment. Can we do that?
I'll sit here
Keep
all
it
day.
locked in. By the way, 248-539-9797. You got a question? My name's Adam Helfing. Keep it locked in here. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. All Brick Design in Studio. Website allbrick.com. The number if you want to get a quote, 888-33-BRICK. Is that right?
833.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
23 brick.
888-833-23-BRICK. All right, well, look, a little dyslexia doesn't hurt anyone. So if you have a question, text us 248-539-9797. I'm just going to let you know, All Brick, I've known them for years, Ron Casado and John Gene Grasso, Ray Peralta, Pablo Fox, Heather, the whole crew, legit top-notch, okay? Solution-minded, by the way. If there's a problem, they're going to fix it, okay? That's the one thing I look for in a contractor. If there's an issue, we don't want people pointing the finger all the time. What we want is someone to say, all right, Mrs. Jones, here's what the situation is. Here's how we plan to solve it. What do you think? Contractors that are solution-minded 99% of the time are successful. And on top of that, the other nucleus of home improvement is communication. If you don't talk to the homeowner on a regular basis, texting, messaging, whatever it is, that's considered communication today. They get frustrated. Here's the thing. If you tell the homeowner on Friday, next week we're starting a job. Monday, nothing happens, but nobody calls. Tuesday, nothing happens, nobody calls. The homeowner's stomach starts to gurgle, and it starts to spin like the hamster wheel. And that spinning of the hamster wheel creates a little butterfly. And that butterfly feels like blood rushing up your chest. It's called anxiety. How do I know that? Because I'm the most anxious person in America, okay? Ativan, Xanax, none of that works on me. I'm so crazy, it's not even funny. My therapist, says I need 2 hours with you, Adam. I can't do an hour of you. He's like, man, you are just completely full time. It's okay. I never said I was easy, right? 248-539-9797. Questions this morning. Happy 420, Adam. Hey, what does 420 mean? It's April 20th. Text me if you know what 420 is, 248-539-9797. I don't agree with both homeowners needing to be there. Happy wife, happy life. Okay, so let's tackle that, okay? 20 years ago, 30 years ago, the home improvement guys would say, Mrs. Jones, thanks for calling. In order for us to come to your house, we need both homeowners present. They're like, okay. They get excited, right? The guy rings the bell. He shows up. Hey, the brick paver guy's here. Whoop, whoop, right? Mm-hmm. Today, someone rings your doorbell, and you don't know. You're like, holy moly, what's going on here? Someone's at the door. You run to the blinds. Mm-hmm. You lift the blinds up and say, oh, no, someone's here. He might sell us something. Honey, hide the checkbook, right? So now what? Okay, here's what you do. You tell the homeowner, and by the way, let me pose it back to you guys. Homeowner says, you know what? We're a busy family. I don't have time to have my significant other there. If you don't want to come to my house and deal with me, then don't come. How does Albrecht handle it?
I'm still going.
You'll go with one homeowner there.
Yep.
In the old school, it's called the one-legger.
One-legger. Yep.
Okay, today, I'm going to tell you as an expert for 3 decades, I would love for you to go there. And if the homeowner says it's only me. And the reason why I'm going to tell you this is you already know they're going to call 5 guys. Mm-hmm. Albrecht's going to answer the phone and make the appointment every time. You can bet on it, right? The next 3 guys don't even call back.
Yep.
Then the 4th guy says, we're not coming. We got this, and this, and you can't follow our rules. We're not coming. Okay, no problem. Albrecht, thanks for coming, right? Now, flip it over. Contractors by design are wanting to have that done, right? They want to have you both there. And the reason why contractors say that is because when both homeowners are there, both homeowners can be in on the decision. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the way it should be. But with the timing, the way life is today, do you know what the most important tool in your toolbox is today? It used to be your checkbook. You know what it is? Time. Time is the new currency. Everyone's out of time. The world's upside down. So with no time, you got to go with one homeowner there. That's just my opinion, my recommendation. You already told me you'll do it.
Yep.
Thank you. Homeowners, there you go. Okay? That's what you need to know. You need a company like Albrecht because they will give you the time. Now, when the contractor says, all right, we go out there, how often when you go out there, Ray, or even Pablo can answer this. Does the homeowner say, all right, thanks for the price. I appreciate it. I have to talk to my significant other, and I'll get back to you. Is that okay? You're okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I wanted to make. You don't care. No. Now, what I say to counter that is say, you know, Mrs. Jones, I'm glad you're going to make the decision with your significant other. That's fabulous. That's even smart. How long do you think that'll take? Oh, tonight, tomorrow? Okay, let's say it's Tuesday, right? Mm-hmm. Well, that's fair. Would it be okay, Mrs. Homeowner, if I have your permission right now to call you in 3 days? Because now it's permission-based. They're saying, yeah, give me a call. Now, if you make the decision sooner, Mrs. Homeowner, give me a call because we can get this started. I'd love to schedule your project. Yep. But if I don't hear from you, I would like to...
we'll follow up.
Yeah, I'd like to follow up with you. Now, here's the new 2024 version. Also, Mrs. Jones, we're really big on text messaging because homeowners, they get a 586 number and they're looking at it. They don't recognize it. Click, voicemail. Oh, I don't even set my voicemail up. I don't even listen to my voicemails. Half the people text me and say, your voicemail is almost full, Adam. So is it fair for me to say to you guys, hey, Mrs. Jones, I'm going to call you in a couple of days, but I also going to text you. Is it okay if I text you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, yeah, text me. The reason why is because 98% of all homeowners open a text message. Mm-hmm. Hey, it's Pablo from All Brick. It's been a couple days. You told me it was okay to call you, text you. I'm just checking in to see how things are going. I would love to schedule your project. Can you call me back today or text me back and just let me know where we're at? Mm-hmm. And then you got to be dead silent. Now, Pablo, you've been in sales for a while.
Yep.
What do you think of what I just said?
I think it's key. It's great because not only does that give the homeowner the time they need, but it also having that permission is
right, permission based.
Yeah.
And by the way, there's nothing wrong. I'm not trying to say like, ooh, this is a psychological psyop. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, Ray, what are your thoughts on that?
Same, honestly, yeah. I mean,
it's important.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, it's not ideal for us because we wanted the homeowners there, but at the end of the day, the world has changed.
I like leaving with a plan too. So,
yeah,
they want to make a few days. So, I'll call you on next Wednesday. I'm leaving with a plan and a day to touch base with my homeowner again.
Yeah, and I got you. 420. Ask Jeff Sackwell what 420 is. That's so funny. Shout out to Carrie Glazer. Shout out to Neil Rockind, Ed Surhat, Melissa Helfman, Sandra Ritter, Javier H&H, one of my friendly contractors.
Awesome.
Good
hey,
guy.
Javier, what's up?
What's up?
Javier in the house. Anyways, who else is on here? Oh, my God, there's a lot. Doug Soroki. What up, Doug? Anyways, Wednesday night before the draft, by the way, is Frank Caliendo at the Motor City Sound.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's funny.
He's hilarious.
I'll be there, by the way. You guys should go.
You got a ticket
Downtown
for me?
Wednesday night. I could get you a ticket, yeah. It's sold out, but I get you a ticket.
I'll be there.
You guys going to go? All right. So here's my question now. You got the homeowners, you're ready to go. Mm-hmm. Homeowner says to you, all right, here you go, sign, deposit, let's roll, right? Before you leave, the homeowner says, hey, Mr. Albrick, Ray, Pablo, when are you starting? What do you say?
These questions would have been out sooner. I'm going to ask the homeowner if there's a certain date they want this done by. If there's not, we're a couple weeks out,
well, here's
weather
the deal.
permitting.
It's 420 today. You're at my house tonight.
Yep.
Okay. I got a graduation party June 8th.
I'll be there before that.
You finished?
Yeah.
My 300 square foot patio, seating, fire pit, just enough time to hook up the pizza oven.
Yep.
Have everybody out there having a great time.
So everyone out there, I want you to understand what I just asked because it's important. If you're thinking of hardscape, brick pavers, let me say this. You better call them now because you want to get done, enjoy it this summer. I mean, you guys last year, the year before, you were booked up like almost a year in advance. Yep. Some crazy stuff, right?
Yeah.
And the people rave about you. Your 5-star reviews are everywhere. Yeah, I love that. I'm so happy that we're doing business together because you really do good work. So the job can be done if they call you now. And, of course, for everyone out there, allbrick.com. It's an easy website. 833-23-BRICK. How can you forget that, right? So here's a question that came in. Adam, I just bought a new brick home. It was built in 2000, so it's 24 years old. Mm-hmm. The brick garage wall has a crack running about 10 feet from settling. Is it a big job? Cracked concrete. What are you guys thinking? Tell me.
Potentially, I mean, it's something we'd have to look at. It could be as easy, as a simple repair, all the way up to some kind of footing.
So what if it's horizontal? Like it's going on an angle or horizontal? That is different structural situations.
Yes.
But if it is cracked and it's like on a step,
Yes,
it looks like a pair of steps.
Yep.
Do you have to take the brick down or can you just mortar it?
Just it depends how much settling has occurred. And if we can get away with just tuck pointing it and putting new mortar in, that's a possibility. Whereas we've seen it where it's settled so bad that we have to rebuild the entire corner of the garage or the house or whatever.
And then what if the footing's bad? Can you guys reinforce the footing, rebar, some strength? What do you do?
Dig it out, but pin into the old footing where the
Go underpin it and get that going. That's smart. Okay, so then you really repaired for the lot. That's it. Once it's repaired, it's done.
Yeah.
I like that. Now, mortar again. You never can match it exact, right?
Right.
So it takes a little. You tell the homeowner up front, hey, Mrs. Jones, not going
I'll
to match.
never be able to match the mortar perfectly.
But it'll, over time, will.
Over time, it'll start to blend.
Okay.
And again, it's the skill of the mason. Our guys are very, very good.
There's dyes you can add. There's buffers, so we can get as close as possible.
Okay. Well, that's important. All right, we're going to take another break. I'm keeping you the whole hour. You don't care. Shout out to Ron Casado, Heather, John Jean Grasso. They're listening. This is Hire It Done. Keep it locked in. We got all brick. I'm going to ask them some more tough questions. My name's Adam Helfman. Keep it locked in. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is Hire Time. My name's Adam Helfman. We're having such a good morning. What a great company, allbrick.com. Ray Peralta and Pablo Fox in studio. Welcome back, fellas.
Still great to be here.
Okay, let me ask you this. You got the job ready to go. You're ready on production. You deliver materials. Do you call Miss Dig?
Absolutely, every time.
You do?
Call Ms. Dig.
Okay, 811, right? And the reason why, for everyone out there, Miss Dig's important because anything below grade, cable, gas, electric, depends, phone, you might dig out and you might hit it. But if those little flags are in the ground, you know where to go.
Right.
Yep.
This is important. Now, what happens if you do a brick paver job, a sidewalk, and you got to put wires across, like they have outdoor lighting and stuff? Do you put like a PVC pipe and run it through the pipe?
Conduit, PVC, yeah.
Okay, something like that. And then you take a picture of it so the homeowner knows where it is?
Yeah.
Oh, it's buried in there somewhere.
It's,
Oh, my God, that's so funny. Okay, well, that's important. So now the delivered materials are delivered. Homeowner sees it. When it's delivered, you already got the start date ready?
Yeah, the delivery is morning of or the day before. So if the material's getting delivered to the job site, we'll be there.
So you got let's say they went Fent brick pavers. With the brick pavers, you got a pile of crushed limestone,
Yep.
pile of sand.
Yep.
They just dump it like 3 yards, 2 yards, whatever it is.
Yep.
Okay. Now, the pricing for everyone out there, if you're going to price your job, if you have very difficult access, then you got to, what if the homeowner says, I got a brand new driveway. It's 3 months old. You can't do anything on it. You got to,
We can't drive on it.
So you schlep the stuff from the street side all the way to the, Oi, you got strong guys?
Yeah.
The best, right?
Yep.
Okay. So what happens? Let me ask the big question. In Michigan, we have volatile weather. What happens if we get a couple days of rain and you're supposed to be working on a job? How do you handle that with the homeowner?
Yeah, every day it rains, just think about us because you're getting pushed back 2 days. Obviously, we can't work that day, so the following day will be catching up from the previous day, which pushes back everything. So
it is
we'll communicate that with our homeowners.
Okay.
If you have a scheduled date, Ron will reach back out and tell you, hey, it's rain day, we'll be there tomorrow. But
that's important. So you do communicate.
Absolutely.
So we talked about communication being one of the nucleuses of home improvement. The other one is solution minded when a problem comes up. Problem of rain. People want to know, what do we do? And so that's an impact. Now, you go to a homeowner's house, only one's there. They sign up. Okay, no problem. They take like a maroon brick paver. Nice design. Homeowner calls back. You ready to get started? Hey, my significant other doesn't like the colors. We need to change. To me, as a contractor, that's called a change order. Is that the right terminology
Yes,
for
sir.
the bricks?
Yeah.
So now you got the change order. So then you have you put them in writing?
Absolutely.
Okay, so they sign the change order and it's change of color.
Yep.
Do you tell them that, okay, Mrs. Jones, we'll be more than happy to change color. We didn't order it yet. It's not been delivered. If you had it delivered, it's another issue.
Right.
Yeah.
But we can change it. However, any change is considered an interruption of the rhythm of the work, even if you haven't started actual labor. Would you agree?
Yeah, from the time we get there until we leave, there's a plan.
Okay.
Anytime that plan changes, it.
So the homeowner needs to know that.
Yep.
Okay, so now you got the plan. You tell the homeowner there's a change, and you tell them it's a change and it's an interruption of the rhythm of the work, which then may cause a delay, may cause a scheduling situation. Because if you had the job scheduled for 5 days and they change it, now you have to push it back 2 weeks, but you've got 17 other jobs already scheduled. How do you juggle and put it together? Is that something that the main office takes care of and looks and they figure it out?
That's all Ron right there. Ron runs production.
It's like a playbook.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Right? You got to call an audible.
Yep.
Whoop. I
It's the
trust
quarterback.
Ron.
Yep.
He's a solution minded. Now, what if the homeowner is, difficult? Who calls? Ron? You?
We're first point of contact because we are.
Okay. So, Pablo, you sell a job. Homeowners are all happy and everything's going on. And they're calling you. You're the main point, like you just said. Now, let's say there's a warranty claim or let's say there's a brick paver with efflorescence. And for everyone out there, efflorescence is a white powdery substance, which is really when a brick paver, concrete in your basement, that white powder, it's got moisture in it. Over time, it dries out. So they call you up and say, hey, I think I got defective something here. What's up with this white powder? You pretty much educate them, saying,
Yeah.
here's what happens.
Educate them, let them know what happened, and then if it's something that we can take care of and solve the issue, then
Right away.
that's the next step.
Okay, well, good for you. That's what important. That's called solution-minded.
Yep.
So that's what we're talking about. Now, back to bricks again. You put them in. You've heard of polymeric sand. For the audience, can you explain to them what that sand is?
Polysand ultimately it holds all the pavers together, so that will get dumped onto the structure once it's completed, and then as they mist it, it will dry like concrete and hold everything together.
Okay, so it's got a little bit of that cementitious powder, so that as soon as water hits it, it tightens up.
Yep.
Now, how do you do a brick paver walkway? We're using them as an example today, and have the outer layers, the
border.
How do you have it from falling out?
We
I see you
over-
guys put concrete on him. I mean, does any of that work, or what do you do?
My guys overdig the base, so on a 36-inch
overdig.
walkway,
Perfect.
they're going to dig it out 46 inches, so you're going to have room on each side of it, so
You got
that
time.
paver's not essentially sitting on the edge of the base.
Okay, that's important.
Yep.
I like that. Okay, so homeowners who are listening, these are items that most contractors don't do. Now, there's a lot of good contractors out there, okay? I'm not saying there aren't, but I find the ones that are solution-minded. And that's the thing, It's important to me. Just like when you guys go on a chimney with a drone. I'm loving that. Maybe you'll drone the roofs for Roof Resource.
We already are.
100%. We're all over it.
I'm loving that.
We're all
What do you think
over.
of that collaboration?
I love it.
They're good guys, right?
Yep.
See, I tell people about the Roof Resource all the time. If you want a roof that doesn't leak, you call them. And it costs.
That's the
Have
only
you seen
company
the
you should call.
pricing?
It's the only company anybody should call.
Thank you for that. Appreciate it. And they're going to love that, of course. So you got the solutions. You got it all going. What if there's extra brick pavers? You just return them?
I mean, typically if the homeowner wants them, we'll leave them there for them, or we'll store them at our yard and use them on the next job.
Got it. Did you ever do like a remnant sale where you got like 1,000 brick pavers, all different colors, and say to the homeowner, hey, we'll put this in, save you money. And it's like a rainbow, checkered.
I
That's a
haven't
good
tried
idea.
that, but we might have to.
Why not? We'll have a sale. We'll put it on the radio and say, look, every color, as long as you know that we'll just try and, mix and match, why not? Save a few dollars.
I'm down to try it.
If someone says they heard you on Higher Done, will you give them a discount?
I will.
Oh, absolutely.
20% off.
Whoa, Ron, okay with that?
20%, yep.
Allbrick.com, 20 off right now.
Right now.
833-23-BRICK. Got it?
That's it.
Allbrick.com. I'm loving that. That's great. You guys are really good. I appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.
Thank
Can
you.
you believe how fast that goes?
It flew by. Thanks for
Right?
having us.
Okay, real quick. Pablo, tell me a little bit about you. Married, kids.
I am having a relationship. Morgan, hello. I know you're.
Shout out
I
to
know
Morgan.
you're listening. Been in sales for a while. In school right now.
Good for you. What are you
to be
studying?
a civil engineer.
Really?
Yeah.
You know
so-
math? Math's a lot for civil.
Math, yeah. It's a humbling experience, but yeah.
You
It's,
can do it. Just keep your head down and study.
yeah.
You'll do it. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Ray Peralta, tell me about you. You're what are you?
32 this year.
32.
Getting old, Adam.
You are. It's time to retire.
So I've been with Heather for almost 5 years now. So I love her. Heather, I love you.
Van de Vetter?
Yep.
All right. Whoop, whoop. Maybe you should propose on air. Heather, I'll pressure. Heather,
This
the
guy.
ring's coming.
This guy.
Yeah.
Our dog Ace. But I mean, we're super busy at work. Other than that, you'll find me on the golf course
Yeah.
8 days a week if I could. But
Shout out to Paul the electrician. The roofing company, Paul, was called theroofresource.com. Special thanks to Allbrick. You guys are rocking and rolling. Ron Casado, John Gene Grosso, Heather, everyone. Thank you guys for coming. My name's Adam Helfman. We'll be here next week again. What a great show. I'm grateful for everyone listening. I'll talk to you all later. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.